guys, welcome to the channel. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning, and thank you very much. So firstly, apologies if I'm sweating pints because it is very, very hot where I am at the moment. I'm in Greece. We have rented a villa here for the last week. So yeah, I'm pouring with sweat and I've got a massive bottle of water, so bear with me. But we're gonna be doing a Q&A today, guys. So I posted on my Instagram a few days ago and I received like 50 or 60 questions. So I answered as many as I could on Instagram, but I thought I would fire away and give you some insight into what people have been asking, right? So just firstly, if you have visited the channel and you are new, you're probably thinking, what do I do? I'm a qualified teacher in the UK. That was what I did initially. I've worked various different jobs. I've worked in Tesco, I've worked in shoe shops, I've worked literally in like heaps of different places, and ended up qualifying as a teacher. I then, like lots of other people, probably like what you're doing right now, I started to research online for ways to make separate income. And that was when I stumbled across Amazon FBA. So I had a close friend who was selling products on Amazon, and I am now a full-time Amazon seller. So I make a passive income through my Amazon FBA business. So I sell physical products on Amazon and they will pay me on a fortnightly basis for the products that I've sold, right? So I'll put a screenshot up for the last 30 days and the last 7 days. It'll pop up on the screen somewhere now. So to show you guys, what's happening whilst I'm out here. And this is what we work for, right? It's not all about the money at all. And if you look at it like that, it's quite shallow, I suppose, and narrow-minded. It's about the money being the facilitator to give you free time and freedom to do things like this. I've been here for a week with friends and family enjoying. That's what we work for, guys. And I've got people who've got families who've come out of the course and done extremely well, and it's changed their life. And how that makes me feel is obviously extremely happy to see that happen, embedded in my core values, and that's what I try to achieve with every student. So I won't go too far into the history of that, but that's what I do full-time for a living now. I have a private label brand, so I sell physical products on Amazon UK. I have a personal brand, which is my YouTube channel, my academy, and I also do some affiliate marketing in there somewhere as well. You can see I'm sweating like Lee Evans at the moment. So let me just boot my Instagram up. What is private label? This is a pretty basic one, right? So if if you've been following the channel for a while, you'll know what this means, right? But private labeling is when we import products from China for, let's just look at an example, for £3.50. We put our own private label brand on that product. We then launch that product on Amazon UK and sell it under our own private label. So we can protect that brand and we can sell our own branded products. So if you were to buy Dove moisturizer, essentially we're doing the same thing. So we import products that are blank and we apply our own private label and we sell it on Amazon UK. Now, the beauty of Amazon FBA is that the products are not stored in your home, so you're not posting products all day every day, because that would defeat the purpose of the passivity of the model, right? So what we do is we store our products, or I store my products, and my students do, in Amazon FBA's warehouses. They pick, pack, and ship products out to customers who purchase on the website. So it all works pretty seamlessly, right? And it means that you can work from locations like this, and the business sort of runs in the background. Now that's the main purpose of this channel, is to teach you guys how to do that. So I hope that's given you a little bit of an insight. I have heaps of videos that look at that in more depth, so you can take a look at those that are on my YouTube channel. But let's look at the first question then. So how long have you been selling? Well, my company was incorporated at the end of 2016. Daunting, it isn't, right? Setting up a company is easy peasy. It takes 10 minutes. It costs like £15. It's not anything to worry about, but it does seem like it might be quite a task when it isn't. Yeah, so I didn't start trading until the beginning of 2017. My first product was very slow. It was a slow burner. I tried to sort of wing it and do it on my own and pieces of information together, and it didn't work that well. But it really took off in mid 2017, and I've been selling products ever since. Now, the first year that I was selling on Amazon, selling physical products and launching them, private label branded products, my own brand. I was working full-time as a teacher, so I was doing that with a full-time job. But I've been selling for over 2.5 years now. And it feels literally like one side a few days, and on the other hand it feels like I've been doing it the whole of my life, right? Because it is great, it's enjoyable. How many products do you sell? At the moment I have about 11 that are active. I've got 7 new products launching over the next few weeks. It's been delayed slightly for lots of different reasons, but yeah, we're pushing towards the there'll be 20 by the end of this year, certainly. And that's one of the main beauties of this, is because you're not actually shipping the products yourselves. Amazon is storing and packing and shipping. You can, scale the business up and add products as time goes on. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have to spend a huge amount more time working and maintaining the business by having 20 products rather than 5. So yeah, that's the goal is to sort of launch one and start to scale. Should I trademark my brand and why? I would always recommend trademarking a brand. It can be done quite cheaply. I had my trademark approved, and I believe I paid about £150 possibly for it. Might be 170. Takes a few months, 2 months. They process it, make sure that no one objects, and then you have a objection period, and then they pass it through. Now, by trademarking the brand, it means no one can copy you, and it also gives you access to the Amazon's enhanced brand content, or A+ content, which can help increase conversions and means you can add different bits and bobs to your details page. Next question, what are we looking at? So, what software do you recommend to find products? Well, I previously used Jungle Scout. I still think Jungle Scout is pretty good. However, I would now opt for Helium 10. They've got a broader suite of tools. You can actually use software to browse on Amazon UK, and with a degree of accuracy, you can tell how much a product is generating in revenue per month. So we don't just guess. We make sure that products are doing well, and they have been doing well for some time, and then we make decisions based on that. So we make data-driven decisions based on sort of data points like how many sales per month the product does, what the unit price is, what the profit margin is, and this is all done in this very user-friendly software that is reasonably priced as well. Okay, another one I got was, I launched my first product but had no launch strategy, and it's slow in terms of sales. I'm thinking of giving up. Well, I would say that don't give up. I've had students who've come to me with a product that hasn't worked, and we've been able to turn it around and get it to work. So, if your launch strategy, possibly you didn't have any training, or you tried to do it alone, I'm not sure what strategy you use because it doesn't say here, but you can just have a second launch, right? Reach out to me, look at other alternate ways of launching the product. I believe PPC, if you know how to use it correctly, is the most powerful tool for launching. But you can just have a second launch, right? And it can be as effective as the first. So don't give up if the first one didn't go very well. I'm 17, next question. I'm 17, can I begin? You can't have a seller account until you're 18, but I do have a few students who sell with their parents, who are the sort of main account holders. Next one, would you recommend an individual or professional account? Well, if you're looking to sell like more than 35 items a month, then it's worth getting a professional account. I think a professional account is £25 a month you pay for the just to have an Amazon account. Whereas if you have an individual seller account, you pay a per item fee to Amazon for every sale you make of 75 pence. So suppose 75 pence times 35 equates to the monthly fee. So if you're going to sell more than that, you may as well go monthly. And anyone who's in the academy, we're definitely shooting to sell more than 35 items per month. Next one, this is a good one, right? So are Amazon seller support good and helpful? No, they're not. They are hopeless, and sometimes you won't hear back from them for like a week. More than that, they used to have a chat. I believe it's been disabled. I can't get through anymore to speak to them, and seller support is obviously the department that deals with you as a seller, not the customer support that you'd receive if you were buying something, which is very good. It's very customer centered rather than seller centered. So yeah, what's a realistic amount to start? That's a tricky question to answer. I would say I've seen it as low as 1,000 and as high as sort of 3,500, 4,000. I would say anywhere between sort of 1.5 and 2.5, it's doable. You work around a budget, and you can stagger that amount over a number of months. You don't need it all at once, but it's good to break it down and make sure you've got a very accurate understanding of the costs. So next question that I received was, this is an interesting one, do you need a course? So I'm thinking of joining yours. Now, an Amazon course is optional for people, right? You can choose to invest in your own personal development and your, upskill yourself with a course, right? If you're serious about this and want to do it, but you need one. I would say, from my own personal experience and from what I have done, you will do far better if you mimic someone else's success. So you look at what other people have done, and you adopt the strategies that they have used to become successful, and you apply it to your own business. So you can do things on your own, and it's a completely viable option if you want to try and start through watching lots of videos and reading and things like that. I personally am an advocate for a course, and it isn't just because I've got one. I didn't take one, and that was why my first product was so slow and awful. And then I did have some training, and I was able to turn it around. Hence why that person who said, should I give up? Don't give up, right? But courses can be beneficial. There's lots of information, especially if you do research into the mental. There are, only a handful of courses I would personally recommend for people who are on YouTube. There are some good courses out there. So, yeah, I would invest in a course if I was looking to start this. If you look at the potential, right? I've generated, and I'll put a screenshot up now, over 300K on Amazon in sales, and my margins, I would say I probably made about 130K profit from that, which is insane considering it's all passive income, and I've been able to quit work, etc., etc. Next question, I can't find it in me to just begin. I have a fear of failure. What should I do? As Nike would say, just do it. No, honestly, it's a natural feeling to doubt yourself, doubt your ability, doubt if you're capable of doing this. But in life, you've got to take risks, right? Calculated risks. Again, a course would help with that because you would have a mentor. For example, within my academy, I mentor my students, so I work with them very closely to make sure that this failure of not being able to do things is sort of negated, and we're able to deal with it because I will help them with whatever problems that they've got, as well as having the fundamental sort of course knowledge to help as well. So go for it. I cannot wrap my head around Amazon's GS1 barcodes. Please help. Right, this one, honestly, the amount, I've got such a detailed video on this in the course, but I get so many emails about this. So basically, in short, to sell, you can have a GTIN exemption, which is an option, and I have students who have managed to do that. However, if you are going to opt for GS1 and you're going to get an EAN or GTIN number, basically, you visit GS1 UK, you register. They give you 1,000 GTIN numbers, right? And look at them as 1,000 individual codes. For your first product of 500 units of your first product, you only need one of those codes, and you reuse that on all 500 products, right? And you will continue to do that indefinitely. If you launch a second, you'll move on to the second code. So essentially there's a lot of wastage, right? But it's the only safe way to do it, in my opinion. Now, how does that link in with Amazon though, right? Because GS1 UK isn't Amazon.co.uk. Well, when you purchase those 1,000 codes, you would copy code number 1, and when you create your product listing, you would copy that into, or paste it into the product ID section when you're creating the listing, and often you have to list it as an EAN, not a GTIN, to be able to save and finish the listing. You put in the other various bits and bobs, like what's the title of your product, your bullet points, your description, etc. But it's that simple, guys. And once you save that listing, that GTIN is embedded in that listing. You don't need to worry about it anymore, right? It's embedded in that listing. When you go to create a shipment and say to Amazon, right, I want to send in 500 units, they will then give you 500 identical barcodes, often always referred to as FN SKUs or stock keeping units. Now you can just get your supplier to apply all of those barcodes onto all of your 500 products, and they're identical, right? And you can have them shipped directly into Amazon. You can also have the artwork designed, the FN SKU designed into the packaging. So that's another option. If the supplier will do it, if your label designer will do it, go for it. Why not? I've got students who do both. What's the best launch strategy? This is an interesting one, guys, right? My launch strategy is very detailed and we come at it lots of different angles, and it would take me about an hour to describe to you how I would launch a product. But fundamentally, I believe that PPC, if you utilize it correctly, is the most effective way. So actually understanding the search volume for your particular niche and product, and looking at longer tail keywords and targeting keywords that are very specific and sort of basically you're laser focused on exactly what the customer is looking for, and you rank for those words rather than far more competitive words. Now, that's a very simple way of looking at it, but PPC would be a short answer to that without taking a long time to go for it. What was the next one? How many hours roughly do you put in per week into FBA with your students in the academy? So again, I have an elite academy with students. I spend most of my morning responding to my student emails, so I work very closely, probably too hard, with the input that and feedback and support that I provide for every single student on the course to make sure that their chances of success are maximized and that they feel supported and that they have got someone there to ask questions. Sorry guys, I'm literally sweating so much. It's like 35 degrees in the day, and I think it's about 28 now, 27. So I would say, yeah, 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day with everything, with regard to my academy and personal branding. Another one I have little technical knowledge. Is it complex in terms of using computers? You do need to know how to use a computer, right? You need a laptop, you need to have a basic knowledge. I wouldn't say it's complex. There are certain parts that are a little bit more difficult, and that's why training can be important, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's that hard myself, in terms of the technical ability level that you need to be able to launch your first product, right? I'm considering starting. I'm worried, similar to the other one, I suppose. What have the results you've seen been like? Is it guaranteed? I'm gonna decipher this one, right? Nothing's guaranteed. Your success will depend on how hard you work and how much you want it, right? You know, your ability level will be a factor, but if you work really hard and you really understand the fundamental core part of Amazon FBA and how to, source a product, find a product, launch a product, source from a supplier, maintain a healthy listing, all these things, if you understand that and you can really wrap your head around that, I believe that there's a very, very high success rate of getting a passive income from a product that you're selling, right? I have students making 8K a month from a product. I have students making £800 a month from a product. I have students making £200 a month profit from a product. It varies depending on different things, right? So yeah, that would be my answer to that one. And with regard to my income, so I'll put a little screenshot up now. So, my Amazon FBA business is performing pretty good at the moment. It's a passive income that maintains my lifestyle. Again, I do have other sources of income, but I make about 5K a month at the moment from Amazon before my second lot of 7 products launch, and I'm hoping to double that back to 10K. But I have been focusing hugely on working with my students over the last year than I have growing my business, which some may look at as a mistake. I have been maintaining what I've been doing with Amazon, but also focusing massively on getting others to the point that I've got to. So yeah, 5K a month, right, is pretty good. And we're looking to double that when these new 7 products launch. So yeah, I mean, guys, short Q&A, I think. I don't know how long that was. I don't know how much noise there is in the background. I don't know what they are thinking about me doing this. I would throw a little video out there for you guys, give you an insight, answer some of those questions that I did get thrown over Instagram, because I didn't answer them all because it was too hot. And as I said, if you did look at the Instagram post, I was pouring with sweat. So yeah, that's it. quick Q&A for you guys. I hope you've had a great week, and I'm flying back home from Greece tomorrow, back to work. And yeah, busy. I've got lots of new course content that's launching, keeping it as up to date as possible, and these 7 new products are going to need some work. So happy Wednesday, and I'll see you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.